سيدنا محمد. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر على ما أنعمتنا بنعمة القرآن. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر على ما أنعمتنا بنعمة نبيك محمد المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اشرح قلوبنا بشرح القرآن. اللهم نجنا بنجاة القرآن. اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا بتثبيت القرآن والسنة. ربنا آتنا ما وعدت على رسلك فلا تخزنا في يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. وصلى الله وسلم على رسولك سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الحمد لله. Surah Al Burooj. Inshallah today ayat 10. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين فتنوا المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثم لم يتوبوا فلهم عذاب جهنم ولهم عذاب الحريق. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار. ذلك الفوز الكبير. إن بطش ربك لشديد. إنه هو يبدئ ويعيد وهو الغفور الودود ذو العرش المجيد. فعال لما يريد. هل أتاك حديث الجنود فرعون وثمود بل الذين كفروا في تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط. بل هو قرآن مجيد في لوح محفوظ. صدق الله العلي العظيم. الحمد لله. Last week, inshallah, alhamdulillah, we have studied particularly about the incident, how the kuffar, the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, disturbing or destroy follower of Rasul at that time, or the believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also we have studied in ayat 8 that وَمَا نَقَمُوا مِنْهُمْ إِلَّا أَن يُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَمِيدِ. Please look once again to this ayah, then we can understand that وَمَا نَقَمُوا مِنْهُمْ, what was the reason the kuffar were destroying or attacking the believers. The reason was only one thing. What was the reason? Illa an yu'minu billah, just because they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which we have studied last week. So they become the people of Allah, mu'min in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can see in Quran, Allah mentioned many occasions that Allah's party, Hizbullah. Hizbullah means Allah. Behold, they are the party of Allah. Hizb means party. So Hizbullah, in Quran Allah mentioned many occasions that the parties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or party of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are they? those they love Allah, those they believe in Allah, those they willing to sacrifice themselves for the cause of Allah, and they are the helpers of Allah. In another occasion, Allah taught us that Kunu Ansarullah, all of you become the helpers of Allah. What is the meaning of help? To become a helper for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah no need our help. Allahu Samad. Allah is independent. Then what is the tafsir of Kunu Ansarullah? All of you become the helpers of Allah. What is the meaning of helpers of Allah? Exactly. That is true. That thus become the party of Allah. So those they enrolled the group of Allah or the parties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are actually mu'min. Those they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So every believer must be able to distinguish in between two. I belong to Allah and I don't belong to Allah's enemies. So Allah says Ansarullah, those they are with Allah and those they are against Allah. That is A'da'ullah, Allah's enemies. Allah's enemies means these people cannot fight with Allah. Because what is the definition of enemy? Enemy actually among the human being. Ali, example, Ali can have an enemy named Zayd. So Ali and Zayd can fight together. It means Ali can challenge Zayd, Zayd can challenge Ali. In the capacity or in the power or in the way they are fighting may be equal. But the enemies of Allah is not like that. Enemies of Allah, Allah mentioned them. Why Allah mentioned them enemies? Just the way of how Allah mentioned us as helpers. We are helping means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala no need our help. Allahu Samad. And the same way, the enemies of Allah is not equal to Allah also. They are not equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. No one comparable to Allah and no similarity with Allah subhanahu. No comparison and no similarity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the enemy is not our understanding, linguistic understanding of enemy. No. They are just against the wish of Allah and they enrolled among those are against Allah's wish. They are the enemies. And who are they? They are the ikhwan shayateen, the brothers of shaitan. Or those they follow shaitan. Those they follow shaitan. So anna shaitana kana lakum aduwwun mubin. So Allah says in Surah Yasin, Allah says, certainly shaitan is very obvious enemy for you. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaching us that? Anna shaitana, certainly shaitan, aduwwun, enemy, mubin, very clear, very manifested, very obvious enemy. And he is the enemy of Allah, and also Allah says, so since he is against my wish, thus he become my enemy. So fattakhiduhu aduwa. So Allah commanded all of us to make him also as our enemy. So we have a question today here. If we have an enemy, na'udhu billah, we don't want to have an enemy among the human beings. If we have an enemy, how do we feel about him or about her? When you think about him, do you feel happy? No. Then what do you feel? A kind of hatred. So the body function, our brain will function in different way. Our body, physical body is not in happy mood anymore. That we are thinking about him, When someone talk about him in front of you, you feel more hatred. You don't want to hear about him. Now you happen to meet him, what do you feel? Do you want to give your face to him? What normally we will do? We will go away from him. And also we don't want where he is available, If we knew that he is coming to that party, we don't want to go there, right? This is the way we treat with our enemies. But in Quran Sharif, Allah says very clearly, Anna shaitana, certainly shaitan, aduwwun is enemy, mubin, obvious for you. Then why are you, Allah asking, why are you close to him? Why you don't feel hatred towards him, towards Shaitan? Why are you still with him? Alam ahad ilaykum ya bani Adama an la ta'budu ash-shaytana innahu lakum aduwwun mubin wa an i'buduni hadha siratun mustaqim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to us a way of life which is totally against the wish of Shaitan. Now we can see what is the wishes of Shaitan. Just opposite the wish of Sunnah Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whatever our Rasulullah taught us, he doesn't like it. Shaitan doesn't like it. If Nabi said don't lie, Shaitan will ask us to lie. If Nabi says, Rasul say don't cheat anyone, Shaitan will say, no, you go cheat. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches many haram things you cannot do. These all haram things you cannot do. Shaitan will say, no, you must do. If a person doing the haram thing, it means what? He is very close to Shaitan. So who is Shaitan? Our enemy. So why we have irony in our life? If we have a human enemy, we keep away from him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made a very clear enemy in this life. In our life, we don't want to recognize him. We don't want to make him as our enemy. So, for example, a nightclub. A nightclub is not our place. That is a place of Shaitan. Then why still we are there? Right, all the negative area not belong to us. Then why we are there? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala closed many opportunities. In that opportunities, Shaitan will come and deviate us or divert us from Surah Al Mustaqim to his way of life. That's why Allah said, for example, Allah teaching us in Quran, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Allah didn't say don't do zina. Don't do zina is to do zina. He has to hug with Shaitan, and Shaitan must become his close friend. Then Shaitan will guide him to go to a particular place. All this thing is done by Shaitan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to not even close to the Shaitanic deeds or actions. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا. Do not approach. So the approach is not the act of zina. Approaching is something that will bring the person to zina. So that route Allah closed. That's why we have an enemy, and we know that this enemy is coming to that function, we don't want to go. Because the opportunity to meet him we are closing. Same way we must be motivated that wherever the Shaitanic place, we must not be there. Two persons sitting together and talking bad about third person. So that two person actually human Shaitan. Human Shaitan? Human, but they are Shaitan. Why? Because they have Shaitanic character. So then we go and sit with them, third person. So we also now become third Shaitan. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited. For example, three brothers sitting together, two of them start to talk bad about some other person. So Shaitan already came to them. So what the third person must do? Oh, they don't want to stop. Okay, try to stop them. They still don't want to stop. Then don't sit with them. Stand up and go away. Leave the place. Otherwise we also automatically will be enrolled among the Shaitan. And if Allah wanted to bring down, if Allah wished to bring down the adhab, for that two person, definitely the third person, innocent also will be affected. Because the two guys are against the wish of Allah. If against the wish of Allah, say, these people and their deeds and their actions and their place are not blessed. Not blessed. This is the message we are getting from this ayat 8, that وَمَا نَقَمُوا عِنْهُمْ إِلَّا أَن يُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ. What the parties or those people believe in Allah, what they do, they only said to them that we belong to Allah and we are Allah's party, we believe in Allah. Just because they enrolled among the parties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the enemies don't like them and they want to kill them. So Allah said in that ayat, who is this Allah? Billahi al-Aziz al-Hamid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has many names in this chapter we can see. Al-Aziz, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exalted in power. Al-Aziz. Then Al-Hamid, worthy of all praise. What it means? In this verse, Allah said that those they believe in me, who am I? Actually, Allah they believe is exalted in power, very powerful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those they taking revenge against the party of Allah, bear in the mind that, look, these people's Allah is very powerful. Is not what you think. Who is this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So my dear brothers and sisters, whenever we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, we must study the real meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. What is the real meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? All of us knew, in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, the most compassionate, or the whole merciful or the whole compassionate. Enough, right? Enough ready. Oh, that is the meaning. So we ask again, what is the meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? Keep on asking. Keep on asking yourself, what is the meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? What is the meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim? Please try to ask. Who is this Allah? Who is Allah? Al-Aziz, the most powerful, exalted in power. 99 names of Allah we must give whenever we say Bismillah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that name Allah Ismul Jalala is not in 99 names. Try to read 99 names of Allah. Can you see Allah who is there? Huwallahu alladhina. Huwallahu alladhi. It is Allah, the one who has 99 names. So Allah is not included in that name. It means when we say Bismillah, 99 names of Allah must come to our heart, our mind. And we add this 99 names of Allah to Allah. Then only we will know the meaning of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah has one name, Muntaqimun, right? What is the meaning of Muntaqimun? Here Allah says, وَمَا نَقَمُوا, and they ill-treated them. The enemies of Allah ill-treated those they believe in Allah. Why? Because they believe in Allah, nothing else. So Allah said that I am the one who will take revenge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to, powerful enough to take revenge against the enemies of Allah. So when we say Bismillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala power manifested. And 99 names of Allah, my dear brothers and sisters, every one of us must memorize. And whenever we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, that meaning must come together. Allah's name. Then only the power of Allah's name and His blessings must come to our soul. Then only the meaning of Bismillahilladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. In the name of Allah, alladhi, by which la yadurru, no harm, no disturbance, and nothing can be done by the enemies. Ma'asmihi, with the name of Allah. Why so important this name Allah? The importance of this name Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Aziz. Al-Aziz, exalted in power. That's why Allah, Nabi teaching us that La yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. No one can disturb us from the sky, no one can disturb us from the bhumi. Why? Because Allah is Sami'un Alimun. Allah will hear what we said just now. Bismillah, Allah. Bismillahi tawakkaltu ala Allah. When we are out from the house, Bismillahi, in the name of Allah. Tawakkaltu, I put myself, or I trust Allah, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then no one, nothing can disturb us. Okay, this is the power we have. Remember last class I mentioned one example. What is the example? Example that, I think I repeat once again. This house, we appointed one guard with a machine gun. Remember the example? Machine gun. This machine gun got 36 bullets in it. And the guard is well trained. We can call him commando or whatever, well trained. So we are very comfortable. We go back home and sleep. We have our property, whatever here. We know that nothing to worry. Alarm got the house, and we have a wonderful, powerful, strong, well experienced guard outside the house. 3 a.m. 3 robbers came, and then our guard wake up. He pointed his gun toward the robbers. You know what the robbers did? They also holding gun in their hand. 3 of them have 3 guns. The robbers shout at him, our guard. Suddenly our guard shivering. Again they shout. Then our guard, what happened? The machine gun from the hand of our guard fall down. Then 2 robbers caught him, tie his hand, etc. And the third robber, he just took the machine gun from the ground. And he told the guard, stupid guard, do you know, we are holding the toys and your gun is the original gun. So what is the example stands for? We believe Allah has 99 names of Allah. Allah is the superpower, exalted in power and might. And I am the believer. Nothing in this world will happen if Allah never wish for it. Allah is La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. All we have within us. But when shaitan just come to you and use his trick, suddenly you become shivering. You forgot Allah already. No power of Allah anymore within you. It's exactly what happened to the guard. He is holding machine gun, 36 bullet. Why he can't do the trigger? His finger all shivering like this? Because he is not confident in what he believes. He said, I am trained commando. What to do? His training was not when inside. Okay, and he was not confident of his own weapon also. But the robbers were more tricky and more confident. They can put anyone in trouble. That's why Shaitan promised with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah grant me permission. I want to go to each and every children of Adam alayhi salam. And I will divert them from Surah Al Mustaqim. We say Surah Al Mustaqim is our firm, stable way of life. And we holding, maybe 1000 bullet machine gun. What is the point? When he come with his tricks, when he come with his ideology, when he come with his declarative mood, we gone. I life no value already. When your husband shout at you, you are trained very well with your teaching, Islamic study, everything. When husband shout, must be keep silent. If you shout back, shaitan will come to you. You study already very clearly, And the husband were taught by Rasulullah, don't shout at the wife without reason. Even reason also cannot shout. There is a way how to shout. But a small matter, husband forgot all these hadiths Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam shouting ready to the wife. So now shaitan overcome the husband Shaitan overcome the wife. Now the house is controlled by shaitan. Where is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah's power is still there. Even the shaitanic power also granted by Allah. But Allah said to shaitan, Allah said to shaitan, Shaitan, you can't do anything. My servant, if he has innocent, sincere, ikhlas faith. So what is ikhlas? Confidence. What is confidence? Just know that God lacking. He has no confidence on his machine gun. He was thinking about his life. These people going to kill me anytime. That time he forgot the machine gun. So emotion manifests sometime to the enjoy, happiness. The happiness may be positive or may be negative. Anna nafsa la ammaratun bisu'. Human soul need two: happiness or unhappiness. Happiness come from two ways. One from the true happiness that come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The other happiness come from shaitan, that is momentary trick from shaitan, decoration. So a husband willing to win over the wife, or the wife willing to win over the husband, that is shaitan. Because where got the winning over? Allah established al-mawadda war-rahma. Mawadda means love and affection. Love, affection, where got winning over? Love, affection only must try, I want to love you more than you love me. That is winning. So if you show me 1 point compassion, I will show you 10 points. Both sides will be fighting to give more love. Shaitan will come and Allah says, Anna shaitana, shaitan will create within you al-baghla, the hatred, wal-adawa, the enmity. Just opposite what Allah established. I am just taking an example of husband and wife. Be easy for us to understand. The same will apply to everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. So my dear brothers and sisters, we must know when Allah teaches that I am Al-Aziz, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exalted in power, just for not for us to read and go. Just Al-Aziz, Allah is Aziz, Allah is Aziz. What is this Aziz? How this Aziz reflect into our life? Because no more time, not enough time we have now, Maximum 100 years only, right? Or maybe more than 100, 120 years, or 130 years, maybe. Extreme long age we can be in this world. Minimum, of course, 63. We just compare our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, when we are going to understand the meaning of Asma'ul Husna in our life, not in the book. In the book we had been reading it quite a long time already. When we are going to apply what we study from the book into our life, into our heart, mind, in our mind there is a need. What is the need? Answer the need of mind. We try to answer the need of our mind, because our mind also need. Our mind need by two: thirst and hunger. Mind always feel very thirst, and mind feel very hunger. That's why Allah mentioned khairu zadi, the best food ever you can cook or eat, that is at-taqwa. Taqwa means God remembering conscience, or God, the presence of God within you. That is the need of mind. How we are going to plant Allah within us, even we don't know who is Allah. Because we must plan someone who we know. We doesn't know about someone, how we are going to plan. The God who believed in machine gun, but when enemy came, he forgot the machine gun. That should not be happening to us. If that will happen to us, na'udhu billah, na'udhu billah, na'udhu billah, at the time of Sakratul Maut, our enemy will come. Sakratul Maut, enemy will come. The Sakratul Maut time, mouth cannot talk. Body can't talk. Only who can talk? Mind. Sakratul Maut time, only mind can talk. So the talk, the power, The vibration of the mind depends on how much we feed the mind. If the mind is so skinny like this, never give proper nutrition for the mind, dying time this mind no power, very weak. When very weak, and Nabi warning us that the most severe thirst the children of Adam will have to face is at the time of Sakratul Maut. That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam prescribed upon us, when a person is dying, you knew by the signs of his last moment, try to put drops of water into his mouth. So we do not know when this brother is going back to Allah. Sometimes Sakratul Maut, we understand, oh, after 10 minutes he is going to go back to Allah. But maybe another 10 days he will be in the same situation. Or maybe months, we do not know, Allah knows. So the signs are in front of us. So ulama teaching us how a man just go stand in front of him and put drops of water gradually or continuously. So even ulama teaching us that you try to wet a small piece of cloth, and the wet cloth just put in the lips, and that may support his thirst. Okay, it is not a joke, it's not a simple matter. You know why ulama are asking us to do all these things? Because they understood that particular time our enemy will come. Enemy will come and we feel very thirst. The time enemy will come and will say, look, I can provide you very crystal like water. I will pour water unto your mouth, provided you say I am your God. Look, I only can give you water. If I can give you water, I am your God, right? Why not you accept me as your God? Or at least you say that I am also a good man, or I am also a nice man to you. Na'udhu billah. That time, this brother or sister, his iman is exactly like our God just now. What will happen? Say, okay, never mind. I agree with what you say. Then he put the water into our mouth, but there is a trick. No water, it's a trick. To divert us from Tawheed, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what is the meaning of Man qala la ilaha illallah wa mata alayhi dakhala al-jannah? It's not a mere statement. It's not just a mere word, but that is the agreement, declaration, acceptance, and that is the meaning of Hizbullah. Hizbullah means I am the party of Allah, I belong to Allah, I lived for Allah, I will die for Allah, Allah, I am dying for you. That is the meaning of La ilaha illallah. Allah, I am not dying to anyone but for you. La, not to anyone, not to any human, not to any God, not to any power, not to anything in this world, but I am dying for you. Who can say that? The one who lived for Allah only can say. The one who lived for shaitan, he can't say. Na'udhu billah. That is the meaning of kalima la ilaha illallah at Sakratul Maut. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is the meaning of Al-Aziz, the pastor Al-Hamid. Al-Hamid, worthy of all praise. So inshallah we must try to understand more and more about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah teaching us in this chapter, who is Allah Al-Aziz Al-Hamid? Then Allah said, look, who is this Al-Aziz? Who is this Al-Hamid? Alladhi, him, lahu, to whom, mulkus samawati wal arli, belong the kingdom of the skies and also kingdom of the bhumi, the earth. It means Bismillahilladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil arli wala fis samai. So the kingdom of the sky belong to Allah, the kingdom of the bhumi belong to Allah, and if we belong to Allah and we are the believer and we are the party of Allah, then la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil arli. Your life belongs to Allah with the name of Allah, so no one can harm you, no one can disturb you, provided you truly belong to Allah. how we can truly belong to Allah. So today's class, today's message from this chapter today, how we struggle to belong to Allah. Only for Allah, only for Allah, only for Allah. Then وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ وَكِيلًا وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا. Then حَسْبِيَ اللَّهِ إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. All these verses will give us strength to belong to Allah. Then only we are qualified to say with Him, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We belong to Allah. We belong to Allah. We belong to Allah as everything belongs to Allah. So mulku samawati wal ardi belong to Allah. So my dear sisters, why we want to worry? Why we want to worry? We are only worry because Allah give us worry. If Allah didn't give us worry, we don't need to worry. So what is the meaning of Allah give us worry? Allah created us human being. When Allah created us human being, we got nafsu. Nafsu means the body and its wish. Body has its own wish. There is a cut here, we feel pain. There is a wish of body. Okay, and our mind has happiness and unhappiness. Our mind has painful situation and also sorrowful situation. If someone passed away, Nabi's son Ibrahim alayhi salam passed away, passed away, that time Nabi cried. Kazim passed away, Nabi cried. Right? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam cried. When Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam